Softly, like a light through a room. Nothing broke in the corners, nothing shifted its shape. I felt you near my breathing, I felt you leave the same. Some things echo briefly, some things never changed. I thought love would redraw me, press and rearrange, but the lines I was born with stayed in place. There's an outline untouched, still holding my name. You didn't erase it, you didn't claim it. I let you get close, but not all the way through. There's a part of me quiet that stayed true. I watched myself listening, not losing my ground. I didn't hand you the center, just the space around. We shared a certain distance that never could last. I stayed in my body, you stayed where you asked. I didn't hollow myself to make you feel known. I didn't give away what I still own. There's an outline untouched beneath all the sounds. I didn't disappear, I stayed around. You can trace where you stood, you can mark where you stayed, but the core of my shape was never rearranged. Maybe love doesn't enter the deepest room. Maybe it only brushes the outer bloom. Some things are meant to be felt, not consumed. Some lines are meant to stay unmoved. There's an outline untouched, and I carry it light, not guarded, not closed, just quietly mine. If you remember me, remember it's true. You met the surface, not the view. No scars to explain, no proof to defend, just a steady shape at the end. I remain in my outline, untouched. I loved you without rewriting anything I was. I didn't change my breathing, I didn't learn to pause. I walked in with my habits, I left with them the same. Nothing in my reflection forgot its name. I didn't break to fit the frame, I didn't stretch to feel enough. I stayed inside my own outline, even when things got rough. I'm here as I was. was. I watched her gather meaning from the way I stayed, but I didn't make you larger, and you didn't make me fade. We shared a quiet season, then it learned to end. I didn't leave myself behind to keep what we had been. I don't feel smaller in the quiet, I don't feel tall in the crowd. I don't need love to remind me of what I'm allowed. I'm here as I was, nothing removed. I didn't trade my balance for being loved. I didn't change my center to make it last. I'm standing now as I was. Taint you, maybe it just passes through like weather on a window, leaving nothing new. No damage, no proof, no need to explain. Just the season that came and went again. I'm here as I was, and that feels clean. No reinvention, no in between. If you remember me, remember this. Didn't miss no before, no after. Test me, still here. I don't need a reason to remain. As I was, as I was, as I was, as I I didn't arrive unfinished, I didn't need repair. I wasn't waiting for a mirror to tell me I was there. I've loved before I met you, I've stood alone just fine. So when I stand beside you, I don't cross the line. I don't grow taller in your light. I don't get smaller in the dark. I don't hand you the ruler to measure my heart. Same size heart, before and after you. I don't love louder, just to feel true. I don't break myself open to be enough in your arms. I bring the same heart through the calm and the storms. I've seen people change their shape to keep a love alive, calling loss of self a form of compromise. But you don't need my silence, you don't need me new. You don't love me better when I lose my view. I don't shrink my feelings to make them stay. I don't inflate devotion to earn my place. Same size heart, nothing to prove. I don't give you more of me than I give to the truth. I don't borrow worth from the way you feel. I stay intact, I stay real. Maybe love is an expansion, maybe it's not collapse. Maybe it's letting two people remain intact. No inflation, don't soften to be chosen. I don't fade into your frame. I don't compress my volume just to fit inside your name. I've watched myself get edited, line by line, too clean, until I barely recognize what loving meant to me. I don't trade my weight for a place to stand. I don't cut myself down to be held by your hands. I stay unreduced. I don't make myself small. I don't disappear quietly just to have it all. I don't lose my shape in the heat of you. If I'm here in this love, I'm here full size true. I've been praised for being easy, for bending without a sound. But every time I folded, I felt less around. You don't need me minimal, you don't need me thin. If this is love at all, let me bring everything. I don't erase my edges, I don't sand them smooth. I don't call survival something I choose. I stay unreduced, no apology tone. I don't shrink my presence to keep us known. I don't love in fractions, I don't split my truth. If you're standing with me, you're standing with the full view. Maybe love isn't subtraction, maybe it's space. Maybe it's letting someone stay without changing their shape. No trimming, no quiet compliance, no deal. Just two full people standing real. I stay unreduced, even when it's hard. I don't dim my center to protect your heart. If this costs me something, it won't be myself. I'd rather stand alone than vanish for someone else. No less, no thinner, no side retreat. I don't get smaller to be kept. I stay unreduced. I don't fade when you're walking, I don't lower my tone, I don't fold my corners just to feel at home. I've been smaller for affection, I've been quiet to stay. But I learned the hard way that I disappear that way. I don't lose my outline when your shadow's close. I don't give a ground just to hold you close. I'm standing with myself, even next to you. I don't step out of my body to make this work through. I don't trade my center for the fear of goodbye. If I love you at all, it's with my spine. I remember being chosen only when I bend, calling calm racing or reshaping, no quiet retreat, just choosing each other while staying complete. I'm standing with myself, and I stand with you too. Not because I disappear, but because I'm true. If we walk in the same direction, it's not out of fear. I don't leave who I am to keep you here. No shrinking love, no disguise, just my breath behind my eyes. If you take my hand, you take all of me. Still standing, still me. I used to come in quiet, like I owed you my need. Every smile was a bargain, every breath was a plea. I learned how to lean too hard, call it love, call it fate, but I was always asking someone else to compensate. I confused wanting with being incomplete. I confused staying with begging to be seen. I come with no empty hands. I don't reach up to be saved. I don't ask you to hold me. just grounded feet and honesty. If you take my hand, it's not because I fell, it's because I stood. I used to come here empty, like love is something old. Every touch a question, every heart a load. I counted all the reasons why I needed you to stay, like you were meant to fix me, like I was in the way. But standing here beside you, nothing feels undone. I don't feel less alone, I don't feel like one. I'm already home, I don't need you to fill. I don't lean on your shadow, I stand in my will. I'm not half of the story, I'm not missing the part. I bring the full heart to your full heart. You don't promise rescue, you don't offer repair, you don't hold me tighter when I'm scared. You just stay in the quiet, like it's not a test, like love doesn't mean being less. I don't disappear in you, I don't shrink or bend, I don't lose my edges just to be held. I'm already home, I don't ask for more. I don't need you to prove what I was before. We're not fixing the cracks, we're not healing the past, we're just here and at last. Maybe love isn't hunger, maybe it's choice. Two steady pulses, learning one noise. No saving, no need, no way to remove. Just stay in because we want to, not because we have to. I'm already home, and so are you. There's nothing missing in what we do. If we walk together, it's not to survive, it's because life is wider side by side. No emptiness, no plea. Just presence, just me. I don't need you to make me real, I choose you, and that feels clean. I lean into tomorrow, I don't replay yesterday. I let the room keep breathing, I let the silence say. I used to rush the meaning like now was in the way, but I'm done pulling seconds forward just to feel okay. No countdown in my chest, no ending on my mind. I stop at how long it lasts. I let the present finish before it turns to past. This moment stays at its slow. I don't need it louder to know what I know. No promise to protect me, no fear to outrun. I stay inside this second until it's done. Maybe love isn't movement, maybe it's rest, maybe it's not leaving when nothing is next. I drop the weight of after, let the seconds behave. Turns out the hardest thing is letting the moment stay. This moment stays, and so do I. Not because it's safe, but because it's alive. I don't need it to grow, I don't need it to prove. If I'm here without running, that's the truth. No before, no after, just now. Still warm, still here. I don't hold it, I don't chase it. This moment stays. I stopped rewriting the future, stopped asking what come next. I don't reach past this second, I don't test what's left. There was a time I lived ahead, like happiness was late. But standing here with you, I don't negotiate. No hunger for improvement, no urge to escape. I don't feel behind, I don't feel late. Here is enough, this breath, this space. I don't need a better version of this place. I'm not waiting for more, I'm not wishing ahead. If this is all we ever had, then this is enough. I used to chase conclusions like they justify the pain, like love had to arrive with something to gain. But you sit beside the quiet like it's not incomplete, and suddenly the moment doesn't ask to be deep. I don't need the climax, I don't need the sign, I don't need tomorrow to make this mine. Here is enough, nothing to prove. I don't measure what we are by what we'll lose. I'm not asking for forever, I'm not scared of the end. I'm standing in the present, and I don't want it to bend. Maybe love isn't a promise, maybe it's a pause where you stop reaching outward and let the moment hold. I feel no urgency, no need to decide for once. I'm not living on the other side. Here is enough, and I finally see the peace I kept postponing was already with me. I don't need a perfect ending to justify the start. I'm not missing anything, I'm exactly where we are. No forward, no rewind, just this here is enough. I used to live ahead of myself, always checking how it might break. Every step came with a forecast, every love with a mistake. I measured joy in consequences, asked the future for a sign. But standing here with you, the questions fall behind. I don't know how this turns out. I stopped pretending that I should. All I know is right now feels honest, feels good. This is the only ending I'm choosing today. Not the one that saves me, not the one that explains. I'm not waiting for proof, I'm not bargaining time. If this moment is all we have, then this moment is mine. I've survived by planning exits, calling distance, being wise. I've buried living moments under reasons and whys. But you don't ask where this is going, you don't promise what it means. You just stay right here with me, like that's enough to breathe. I don't need the last page written, I don't need the end inside. I'm tired of missing real things, trying to get them right. This is the only ending I'm willing to choose, not the version with control, not the one I can't lose. I don't need forever, I don't need a sign. If I'm fully here with you, that's the finish line. Maybe love isn't a story that survives the fall. Maybe it's just showing up when you feel it all. No armor, no escape, no careful disguise, just staying in the present with open eyes. This is the only ending, and it's happening now. Not later, not someday, not if, not how. If this costs me something, I'll carry the weight, but I won't trade this moment for a safer fate. I don't look ahead, I don't rewind. I stand in this second and let it decide. Whatever comes after can't wait its turn. Right now I'm here, and that's enough to call it real. Come here and take my hand. No one wants you when everyone else leaves. That's what called me. Memories that fade like black and white. You're trapped in the darkness. Don't struggle anymore, you have no choice. Promise me just one thing, protect just one thing. used to stand near the edges, hands in my pockets, eyes on the floor. Always knew where the exit was, always kept one foot out the door. I called it balance, I called it sense, but it was fear wearing confidence. You never asked me to stay, never tried to convince. You just looked at me like leaving wasn't an instinct. So this is me, all the way in, no running lines, no quiet escape plans. I don't promise forever, I don't swear I won't break. I just choose not to disappear when it starts to feel real. I love with half my name before, kept the rest hidden in case. I learned how to soften endings before they could take shape. But you don't chase reassurance, you don't corner my doubt. You give me room to stay, and somehow I don't back out. I'm not leaning toward the future, I'm not stuck in the past. I'm standing where I am, and I'm staying fast. So this is me, all the way in, no armor left, no practice defense. If loving means being present when it's quiet, when it's loud, then I'm here for the moment, not halfway, not proud. Love was a feeling, something that hit or it didn't. But maybe it's a decision you make before you're ready. My hands are empty, my heart's exposed, but I'm not shaking like I used to. I'm all the way in, and it's not dramatic, no fireworks, no perfect timing, just me staying when every instinct says run, and realizing that choice alone might be love. If this ends someday, I'll survive that truth. But today, I don't flinch, I don't leave, I don't split myself in two, I stay all the way in. I'm memorizing nearest door in every room I stay. Kept my shoes on, half unpacked, just in case. I called it being careful, I called it knowing myself. But every plan to leave early left me by myself. Then you didn't block the doorway, didn't ask me to explain. You just stood there like leaving wasn't the point anyway. There are no exit signs here, nothing flashing red, no countdown in the silence, no reason to pretend. I don't feel trapped, I don't feel alone for the first time. I don't feel alone, I don't feel alone. I used to flinch at comfort, like it was setting a trap. Waited for the moment you'd ask for more than I had. But you let the quiet settle, didn't fill every space, and somehow staying felt lighter than running away. I'm not bracing for impact, I'm not holding my breath. doesn't cage me, it lets me breathe. Lights are low, the room is real. I don't check for exits anymore, I just feel. And for once, that feels like choice, not fear. I used to keep a second story ready to run inside my head, just in case the first one fell, just in case you left. I've had my doubts and need excuses, called it being prepared. Every promise had an asterisk, every hope was spare. I never stood too close to anything that couldn't be replaced. I never let the floor decide if it would break. I don't have a backup ending, no safe rewrite plans. If this falls apart someday, it'll do it in my hands. I'm not keeping distance just to feel in control. I'm done loving halfway, I'm all in, or I'm gone. I'm gone. Leave before you blind. Had to soften every hit. Call it timing, call it logic, ending the risk. But you don't offer guarantees, you don't swear you'll stay. You just meet me where I'm standing and don't turn away. I don't rehearse the aftermath, I don't care what I lose. I stay inside the moment now and let it show. I don't have a backup ending, no exit underlined. If this costs me something later, at least it will be mine. I'm not bracing for disaster, I'm not splitting my soul. Done loving with one foot out, I'm all in. I'm gone, or I'm gone, or I'm gone. I thought survival meant escape, always knowing where to land. But maybe strength is standing still with empty hands. I delete the version of me that always knew the way out. Turns out trust begins the moment you stop planning the doubt. I don't have a backup ending, and that scares me clean. No rehearsal